Welcome to the show. Good morning, everybody. We are glad that you're rocking with us again on another episode of Talk That Tech. The
Number one tech morning show in the world. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Experienced a little technical difficulties, but we are here nonetheless. So glad you're rocking with us on this President's Day of all days, right? So definitely
Mm,
appreciate you doing that. I hope everybody is doing well. How are you doing, Brother Trey?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Actually doing great, but not too much happened this weekend, man. It was All-Star weekend. I caught everything on highlights. I'll tell you this: the dunk contest is my favorite. Right? That's something that I couldn't wait for. I found myself watching the 2016 dunk contest over again. Okay. At this point, it's become an annual thing. I watch the dunk contest highlights, then I go and watch the 2016 dunk contest just to, you know, actually see something. Anyway, outside of that, bro, Saturday I didn't really do too much. It was raining, as they say, cats and dogs. It
Hmm.
was, I mean, it like did some flash flooding over in Dallas a little bit, or a lot of it, but I did have to get out in it. I had to return some baby clothes to Whole Foods because Amazon they take the returns, right? It was from Amazon. Went to Whole Foods. They told me, hey, you need to go to Kohl's since that's where the original one happened. I went over to Kohl's. Kohl's said, hey, sometimes this happens where if you have two returns, uh, it sends it to another store. You can't do it twice at the same store. I'm like, look, this ain't even on us. We did the return, and then they sent us another one for no reason. So I'm just trying to give it back. Anyways, needless to say, I had to go back to Whole Foods. The lady didn't even apologize, man. She the one who told me. I'm like, look, you work here, you know this. I didn't get mad. I just said, you know what? I got to be out here in this rain all day. But it wasn't all day. It was just a couple hours. Either way, got home Sunday, man. Didn't do much. Went to church, and after that, we actually went to this park that in downtown Fort Worth called Dream Park.
Mm.
Um, and it was a lot of people there. I'm not gonna lie, that was my first time there, but it was nice. But I was like, look,
It's
hurry up.
borderline not a dream. It's almost like a logistical nightmare as a
I
father.
guess, I guess, man. I don't know. It was crazy, but
Oh man.
yeah, that was my weekend, man. How about yours?
No, man, it was a good weekend. Got some time, went to the gym earlier in the morning, came back and I was like, I'm ready to tackle some work with this ice. Literally had ice still in front of our house, right? So
Mm,
where a potential driveway spot could be and where we put our garbage. So I just chipped away at it. And then what my kids saw me come back. So one by one, they're like, Can we help? Can we help? So I had one of one of my sons and one of my daughters, actually three of my sons, the youngest, the middle one of the group of the boys, he came and went out. He was like, "I'm good." And then with the
this ain't
littlest
what I
one,
thought it was.
yeah, the littlest one stayed. He wanted to help out, and then it was a lot of fun, like working with them in that capacity. But man, we still got. I mean, thankfully it is melting, but we did get snow yesterday, that covered the cars at least. So
Mm,
after this, I'm gonna make a beeline out of here because I am actually going to take today because this is how I like to do it. If there's like holidays where there's a lot of business and a lot of traffic and stuff like that, I'll like semi how celebrate on them, but like I'm really gonna take advantage of other days. So Valentine's Day fell on the Saturday. Everybody was traveling, everybody's out of town doing stuff or whatever. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go and use a day use today. Get a nice hotel, use it for a couple hours during the day, and then chill. And wifey was like, I like that idea. So not a lot of traffic, not a lot of people we have to deal with. I like that. And so that's what I'm doing right after this. My weekend is still going on. I'm out of there.
you've yeah, bro. Y'all, you probably noticed I didn't say anything about Valentine's Day, and that's because we don't do it on that day, bro. It's been years since I actually did something on Valentine's Day, and it's because I remember one year, the last year, that we did, I set up the reservations at the restaurant, all that kind of stuff. Bro, why did we still have to wait a crazy amount of time? It was still crazy packed. And it just didn't make sense to me. I'm like, if I have a reservation, why am I waiting over an hour to still come in and enjoy the like? I was like, you know
What's
what?
the point of a reservation?
Now you're saying what I'm saying.
An
Like,
hour? I mean,
bro,
most
at the
10
end
minutes.
at the end of the day, I said, you know what? We'll wait either that next week, sometime during that week, when everybody else has already done their thing, and we'll go and do our thing. So yes,
Yeah, man.
same type of boat there, man.
And let me just go bring up this quote, this comment. It's from Akaufo, I believe it's pronounced. Kawhi
Okay.
reminded the world who he is. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like you. Most of the All-Star weekend, I watch highlights, but for the All-Star game, I actually tuned in a little bit.
Yeah.
It was different. One of the parts of the formats I didn't really get, which is, if the Stripes won 2 games and the Stars won 2 games, shouldn't they go in like overtime? But anyway, that's kind of this conversation. Because I was just that part I just kind of was a little confused about. But
Yeah,
but besides that, Kawhi did show up in the third quarter. I think it was like, he did his thing, like was
Listen,
said
man.
here. So I just wanted to highlight this comment. And I appreciate you. Let me go back to OTTO in the building. Peace and
Kawhi is
blessings,
definitely
family.
sound. He's definitely sound.
Yeah,
What's up?
yeah.
What's good?
Yeah, appreciate y'all rocking with us. And like I said, we're gonna shout you out. If you guys have any special President's Day plan, just put it in the chat. We want to hear from you. Are you doing something different? Did you decide not to celebrate Valentine's Day on Valentine's Day because of the hectic reservations that are 2 hours long, 3 hours long? Or you decided to just take the dive and go into the weekend? Let us know what plans you guys had or did complete, and we'd definitely love to chat with you more about that. A couple housekeeping stuff. If you like anything that we talk about on the show, let us feel it. Let us feel it. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Pause. Actually, that's kind of weird what I said. Understand. Let us know. Let us know what your thoughts are. And then also, this is a call-in show, so you could go ahead and call in. Let us know your thoughts. Must be 18 and older to join that call. And there are free tech events tickets that we want to make sure you take advantage of. So go ahead, take advantage of the free tech events. Go to the link there and check it out for yourself. If you're curious about what that is about, go ahead and we'll stay on the line with us. We're going to tell you more about that as we go forward. This is one of the events that you could probably go for free later this year. It's called Thanksgiving Summit. It's happening in Washington, D.C., but there's plenty of events that are even more expensive than that are going to be available at free ticket events there. So go ahead and check out the link later on. We'll talk about it. But we got to talk about a couple things here. We got this viral essay that has been making waves today. If we don't talk about any other subject today, this one, it's all right, because this is something that kind of has been making waves today. But we also do have some other stuff that we can be talking about later on. But let's start with this subject here. We'll pass it over to my brother Trey to fill in more, and then we'll get into it.
Yeah, man. Actually, real quick, before, I realized I haven't been doing anything for Black History Month this month. As far as normally, we like to highlight the unsung heroes of Black history in tech.
That
And
is true.
I've been having them, and I just been forgetting to actually say it. So I'm going to say it, okay? I'm going to say it this morning so that we can get that and make sure we at least did it once while we're in February. But anyway, so this morning, y'all know, like he said, we got some stuff that we're talking about as far as, we're talking about a big essay in the tech industry. We're talking about possibly big tech betting hundreds of billions of dollars on AI to reshape how we work. But way before cloud collaborations and all that kind of stuff, Google Docs, there was a Black computer scientist who helped invent the way we work together on computers in the first place. All right. And his name is Clarence Skip Ellis. So he was actually the first person to earn a PhD in computer science. That's it. The first person, the first Black person to earn a PhD in computer science. And he led the earliest collaborative office systems. He just using icons and networks so people could work together on the same digital documents in different places. Y'all listen to what I'm saying on what he did. All right. A lot of what we take for granted right now in tools like Google Docs and online whiteboards traces back to his research on how multiple people can safely edit and share information at the same time. So when we talk about AI agents, cloud platforms, and that promise how to revolutionize work, remember, a Black computer scientist helped invent digital collaboration decades ago, but he rarely gets mentioned in those glossy AI notes. All right. So, again, February, we like to make sure the names like Clarence Ellis, AKA Skip, don't get erased from history. So, yeah, man, I thought it was pretty cool. The first Black person to earn a PhD. That's crazy route right there. You don't think about that kind of stuff. Hey, who was the first person to get a degree?
Not
But
at all.
yeah, yeah,
Not at
man.
all.
So go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm agreeing with you. And I was gonna say his contributions were significant. Like, I don't know much about him. I'm not gonna claim I do. I want to actually
Me either.
read up on him afterwards. But what you said is true. Like, that's a big deal. So it's like it's amazing. But we got to give honor to who honor is due, and we give honor to you today, Clarence Skip Ellis. Appreciate everything you've done. And if there's anybody that you know of that you want us to shout out for the remainder of this month, go ahead and put it in the chat, and we'll definitely give them a spotlight on the next episode. So definitely know, again, in the chat, there's anybody that you want us to shout out here. With that being said, bro, that was good,
Yeah.
man. I'm glad that we brought that up. Thank you for reminding me. I'm putting notes that we have that there.
I've
Show
been
notes.
forgetting too.
Yeah, because we did talk about somebody last time too.
Did we?
Yeah. So the first one wasn't necessarily an older person in Black history. It was Kofi. Remember the brother, we talked about him, and then there's somebody else you brought up the second show.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't get to bring him up. That's what I'm saying. But you right, Tech Coach Ralph. Now that the section is over, just in case he saw that, in case he saw that, I wanted to make sure it was done right. But yes, come on, Skip. Come on, Skip.
Skip. Skip to my loop.
Yeah,
Clarence,
man.
Skip.
No, I ain't gonna do it. But yeah, that's everybody talk about Rosa Parks. Everybody talk about Martin Luther King Jr. But sometimes people like Skip gets they get skipped, but doesn't mean they didn't contribute. So definitely wanted to bring him out.
Let pause real quickly there before we move on. But I think that's a really good point, especially what we talk about Talk That Tech, like to really highlight people in tech that we normally do not see being highlighted is important, because they become unsung heroes. And we kind of for a long time have and I'm just gonna speak frankly, for a long time we didn't think that tech was for us. We kind of, we were thinking other people were in this space, but we have pioneers that have had influence in not just, specifically technology, but STEM in general that we can highlight and shout them out. And speaking about shouting out, shout out to Tech Coach Ralph. If you're not familiar, go to Tech Coach Ralph channel after this one. He's probably gonna go live, so you don't want to miss it. Especially on this President's Day. Yeah, but maybe not. I won't put him on the spot. He can let you know right now if he's going live now.
The videos are there.
There's plenty of content. So if you want to figure out what he's figuring out daily, definitely check him out. Sorry, OTTO says Trey sounds like the champ on Harlem Nights when you talk like that.
Ready? Hey man, don't talk about Harlem Nights. That's one of my faves right there, bro. That's one of my faves.
He must have known. Ready? Oh man. Well, listen to y'all. We're gonna dive into this episode. Appreciate you guys for rocking with us. OTTO coming in on the phone right there. I see you, man. I see you. But yeah, let's dive into this conversation because it's something that I was curious about, and so I want to find out more as we go through this story. But I'm gonna pass it to Trey to let us know what is this all about.
Yeah, man. So again, a viral essay, like you said, um, is one of those things that sometimes it happens, even though nowadays it's more social media, but social media can amplify blog text as well. So um, let me make sure I get my spot back. But and that's exactly what happened here. Okay, so when we go back here, it says, "Is AI about to wipe out white collar jobs?" And so a tech founder, his name is Matt Shumer, he dropped an essay and he called it "Something Big Is Happening." And yeah, it's been blowing through Silicon Valley ever since. And basically, here's what he's claiming. He's claiming that AI is about to disrupt most white collar computer based jobs way faster than people think. And I know you've been hearing this, throughout the last couple of years, but it hadn't been really fast, or maybe it wiped out, not even wiped out, but it kind of disrupted a little bit of a few industries. But here's what he's saying: not 20 years, 20 years from now, not someday, but within the next 1 to 5 years. And that's the headline. So let's reel it back a little bit and really go into what he's actually saying. And so, number one, he was saying that AI can already do most of his job. Okay. Um, he says that the newest AI tools from OpenAI and Anthropic now handle huge chunks of his real work. All right. Coding, debugging, analysis. So like not demo videos like on YouTube or something, like actually doing his daily workflow. He said that's what made and that's what made this essay actually hit a little harder, and probably why it's running through Silicon Valley, because it wasn't like AI might someday, is already doing his job, and they know it. Because if it was like, just yeah, he's talking, or he's just like a one-off, then it wouldn't be going as viral through Silicon Valley as it is. So number two says screen jobs are first in line. It says if your job mostly happens on a laptop, software development, legal research, accounting, consulting, data analysis, customer support, design, he believes AI can automate large parts of that soon, which, I mean, he's no Nostradamus. I mean, we know that. We can see that.
Yeah.
But either way, we won't keep going. But he calls developers the canary in the coal mine,
Mm.
and meaning that they're first to feel the pressure, not the last. So the third one here is the COVID comparison. So he says this is actually what made it controversial, and this is what lit the fire on the gasoline right here. It says he compared today's AI moments to early COVID. So he says like early signals, people are ignoring the warning, and then boom, everything changes. And that's the analogy that actually is scaring people, because nobody wants to feel like they missed it,
Yep.
which is true. If you've been hearing about it and then all of a sudden Bitcoin is at 100,000 and you only have 0.10 Bitcoin, and you're like, dang,
Or
I
zero.
heard about it when it was 1,200.
Mm.
You feel
Mm.
like you missed out. So either way, here's what his advice was: start using top tier AI now, which no news over here on this pod, because we've been telling y'all that for 3 years now. Either way, also he said treat paid access, treat paid access to the best models like career insurance.
Mm.
That's where critics said, okay, now this feels like a sales pitch. Because, why is he saying that? Anyways, another reason why it blew up, obviously it hit during a lot of layoffs. It hit during trillion-dollar AI spending announcements, right? It also hit when people are already feeling uneasy. And it said some of the quiet parts out loud. Because even though, I mean, obviously we've been talking about it, but not everybody's talking about it. And you don't
Yeah.
realize that till you get outside of the space. So he sends some of the quiet parts out loud, and it just got a little bit bigger. But it says your job might not be as safe as you think. So obviously that kind of spreads as well. So either way, here's what some of the critics are saying. Here's what some of the critics are saying. Gary Marcus, he called it weaponized hype. Okay. Sounds kind of sketch to me because he's not lying when he says you need to be using these products and you need to be figuring out what's going on in your industry. So he
Mhm.
sounds like Gary sounds like a op to me. I don't know. I'm just saying because he's
Mhm.
saying there's no hard data, just anecdotes. AI still makes mistakes. Tools don't replace jobs overnight, and fear sells AI subscriptions. That's what he's saying here. But either way, bro, I believe uh, Gary is the op because yeah, AI still makes mistakes, but it ain't making as many as it did. And then depending on what you're doing and how you prompting, it's not really making mistakes. Well, that's a whole nother story. But either way, some of the supporters, all right, here's what they're saying. AI coding tools have shocked some AI senior engineers. Developers are already relying on AI daily, and frontier models feel different from ChatGPT 2023, which is totally true. So even the skeptics, though, they agree on this one thing. A lot of knowledge workers underestimate what AI can already do. That's a fact. So at the end of the day, y'all, will AI matter? Yes, it's now, right now. Is how fast does this hit and who gets hits first. So that's really what's going to happen here. It's going to be in your industry. What we have always said: figure out how and what's popping in your industry, and do it. Learn it. Cultivate that skill, and then figure out how to combine that thing so that you can burn through everything else and everybody else, and possibly create your whole career out of it or whatever. But either way, yeah, man, that's I don't know. It didn't sound like a prophecy, anything prophetic or anything like a prophecy to me. This essay, but I think it just put more pressure again on people who are taking the back seat to this AI and what it's doing in their industry. But the people who are already using it daily, right? We got people in here who understand what's happening and how it can be used, how it
Yeah.
can, all of that stuff. They know. So I mean, it's not it ain't prophecy, bro.
Yeah.
Nothing in there sounded like nothing I hadn't heard before. But either way,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, none of it sounded new. I'm going to go to the comment section before I say anything. Tech Coach Ralph said sales pitch, but he's not wrong with to use them. He's not wrong to use them. Also
that's a
says your
fact.
job is not safe if you're anti AI, which is absolutely true.
That's a major
Uh,
fact.
yeah, that's like he's like, oh, you don't want to learn, you don't want to be a user of this. Okay, cool. I'll get somebody else that does. And then putting it simply, if you don't use it to be more productive and efficient, they'll replace you with place you for someone who will, like any other job before AI. And Gary sounds like a hater in denial.
Bro,
Gary
He
sounds like a
sound he
hater in the
Gary
denial.
sounds like somebody who's probably already paid and then don't know that his team under him is asking in the interviews, so how do you feel about AI? What do you know? Like he has no clue that's going on
Yeah.
downstream in his interviews, but he's
Mm-hmm.
up top saying, "Hey, nah, this is crazy."
Yeah.
Don't listen to Gary, y'all. Listening to Gary, you probably you might get one, but you're gonna be working for somebody who's like 70 years old, who's like, no, we do everything manual, everything the hard way, all of
and
it, write down
and
everything down on paper.
and they'll be obsolete. Honestly, they'll be obsolete. Because of this. Again, this is something that we've discussed. I treat this as confirmation. I treat
Hmm.
this as confirmation for the things that we've said already on the show, and I keep reminding myself what this reminds me of, and not to get political, but I have parents, right, that are older, and so there was a couple of videos that either my dad or my mom watched where they're like, "Oh man, President Trump was removed from office because of something that happened," and they send me these videos, and I'm like, I'm like, first of all, one of the videos didn't even have a person like spot. Basically, somebody took 11 labs and basically copied this reporter's voice and had her like speaking this stuff, right? And then the other one was this gentleman who looked older, like their peer group, who looked like he could be a journalist, but basically you could tell from his mouth that it was AI. And he's saying, if you like this content about the removal of the president, please subscribe to the channel. And they both had that. And I'm like, man, there's a generation, obviously, or a few generations that because they're not hip to what's going on right now, this essay is a big revelation for them, right? So I
It
want to
should be.
keep I want to keep in mind about those folk
Like it's
that are
almost
like,
like, bro,
yeah,
you saying that, it reminded me of, I don't know if you ever seen this interview that Soldier Boy did, but they had
oh
Trump doing that interview, like like
yeah,
doing all the stuff that he was doing in it. It had me cracking up, but obviously I knew it was I knew it was AI. But in my mind, I was like, there's got to be somebody who thinks this is real, and it's sad,
oh
but
man,
that one had me rolling.
yeah,
Because I remember the actual interview, and I remember how Soldier Boy actually looked doing that interview. So either way, motion control on Higgs field is real, right? But either
hmm
not gonna go there. You go do your own stuff and figure that out. But yeah, man.
yeah, no, absolutely. Like, and if you want to go ahead and share your thoughts, go ahead and call into the show. The link has been dropped again, so you can click and call in the show and share your thoughts. Must be 18 years old to join. But in regards to this, like everything I mean, I haven't read the essay for myself, so that's one thing I feel like I mean, we got a good enough idea of it, but maybe that's something I could probably check in and listen in
So
to while traveling.
that's the thing though, bro. Like, can I be real with y'all right now?
Yeah.
Me either. But guess what? Guess what?
The bullet will turn up.
AI has helped me not only understand what was in the essay, how it was structured, all that kind of stuff. Then I was able to relay the message, and I have not read that essay. So again, there are people who probably spent hours reading that essay, trying to figure out, man, how we gonna make these points. And meanwhile, I didn't. But there's that.
No,
Yeah, bro.
absolutely. Drake.
Nah, that's not how he said it, bro.
Yeah.
Drake, Drake.
I don't have
That's
that
how he
high pitch
said it.
of voice today.
Yeah, you gotta go up. You gotta go up there and grab that one.
Oh
Um,
man.
yeah, that's when he was really on his high horse. Listen, man, I was the first rapper on YouTube.
Okay, the Tickle Drop said, "How do you know that AI didn't leave out the negative comments about it to keep you on its side?" I've been
Great
seeing
question.
obviously the hilarious memes about that. Like when you talking to AI is just a smiley face, like whatever you say, boss.
That's
It's
that's a
like
great question. Listen, man,
yeah,
if
check the
y'all aren't,
sources.
you gotta prompt AI the right way. One of the ways that I do it, like especially if I'm asking about or like I'm thinking through a process on something, one of the easiest ways is to say, "Don't lie to me."
Oh, don't lie to
A-
me.
yeah, just add in "Don't lie to me." If you add in "Don't lie to me," then it's going to tell you like, "Hey, you know what? This idea is good, but here's a whole lot of holes, and you probably should rethink on how you're doing this." Um, and I've done it multiple times where I did it first, and it's like, "Hey, man, this is an awesome idea. Oh my god, like you're gonna kill this," and then it goes down, right? And then you say the same prompt, and then say, "Don't lie to me," and it's
Yeah,
gonna give you, "Hey, here's the good in it, but here are the holes," or here's where you can fix it, or this is probably not going to be the best thing that you said so far. So yeah,
yeah.
that's one of the ways. But also you can look at it and tell, like, if it don't give you nothing negative, like, come on now.
Yeah, and well, and also the essay is 20,000 word essay. So if you got the time, go ahead and dive in to it. I would probably have like again AI read it to me.
or
Speak
like,
about
I mean, if you somebody like me, I like Audible. So I
Yeah.
might have throw it in Notebook LM and get the get the podcast version. Either way,
Yeah.
y'all, there are ways these days, and you don't got to do all that.
He said, Techno Draw says, I add at the end, if I'm an idiot, let me know if I'm an idiot. I like that because
That's
it's like
hilarious.
tell it like it is, right? And it's giving you that vibe right there. So I appreciate that. And he also said, Techno Draw also says, how do we know the essay wasn't written by AI? AI could have written at these days, AI is writing people's comments in the comment
Listen,
section on LinkedIn, you know.
I'm one of them.
It's just like, haha, very funny. You are always so thoughtful with your words.
But see, but that's somebody who they didn't prompt it right.
Dash.
They didn't prompt it right, man.
Them
Listen,
dashes be giving people away.
the dashes are a dead giveaway. Want me to tell
Yeah.
y'all how to get rid of the dashes? It
So,
took me a while trying to figure out what that thing was called. I'm gonna put it in the text, okay?
yeah, because it's like another word for it. Um,
But it's called M dashes. All right.
yeah, M
That's
dashes.
what it's
Yep.
called. So if you throw that in there, then boom, you're good to go. Yes, you should have been
Emojis
off.
are a big giveaway.
You should have been off emojis.
The winking,
Uh,
all that stuff.
Golly, I don't even know how long ago, but yes. And now it's so easy to see now. It just makes me laugh. But again, there are a lot of other people who like this is what's crazy. So you talk to somebody like maybe Tech Coach Ralph, and they
Mhm.
can see it immediately because they're in it. Most
Yeah.
people are not in it like that. And
Yeah.
so to them, man, this was a really, great excerpt or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that it's not great, but then there are people again like Tech Coach Ralph who's like, oh man, I know that's AI. And they might not even
Instantaneously.
read it. So the thing is, if you want people to read your stuff and you know you have good stuff, or maybe you're mixing in AI with your real thoughts, which is probably what you should be doing,
Mhm.
or your whole real thoughts. Either way, this is so that they can actually get the medicine, or so that they can actually consume it. Because there are
Yeah.
people who listen, as soon as they see those M dashes, as soon as they see the emojis,
The
they're
brain's
scrolling
like,
past. They're out of there. So
tuned out.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely tuned out. And then you want to make sure that especially if you're like, you know what, for my new cover letter that I have for this job, I'm gonna use AI. And then OTTO says no glaze, no Diddy, no space,
None of that.
no Diddy. Oh man, yeah, absolutely, man. And listen, so I mean, like, just to kind of like just going back to the topic though, like it really, or not going back, we were talking about it, but like just to like emphasize, I think this is more for people who have little to no knowledge of what is happening with AI right now, the money that's going there. And I realize that because they're like I think I mentioned in the show, there are people that um have surprising thoughts about AI. And when you have a conversation with them, they may have an opinion, but then all of a sudden they start leveraging different tools, and like maybe they find out Gemini and they're now using it for some image creation, or they're using Claude to with copywriting, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, where have you been all my life? It's been here, but now you're getting a chance to take action. And so people who don't get a chance to do this in their everyday life, they're the ones I think this essay was to let them know, like, hey, you're in customer support. Don't think that you'll be rocketing like this forever. You have to be adaptable. You have to be a super user. Not saying that every company is going to replace your role, but there are companies, and I'm not, without going into too much detail, I know companies that are like, hey, when can we replace humans again, and how fast can we do it? Because in their mind, it's all about the money and how much money they could save, right? So you do have those companies out there. So don't get caught lacking because you didn't know that your company is one of those companies. That's the essence of what I hear him saying.
And people laugh at those companies that they tried it, but maybe they tried it too fast and it failed, and
Oh, they
they have
spinning the
to
block.
and then they have to rehire, right, and all this stuff. But
Yep.
then the people laugh at them like, yeah, y'all tried to go into AI. It's like, y'all don't get it. Them doing that gave them more information so that they can take back to the people who are creating the AI, so that they could then make that AI better, so that they can, like you said, spin the block. So
Yep.
all of it is working. So you got some who are taking it slow, that's working. Then you have some that, hey, we about to put all our eggs in this basket and see what happens. If the
Yep.
eggs crack, they don't care. They're gonna write it off.
Buy some
They're
more
gonna
eggs.
write it off. They're gonna get publicity, right? Because it was a massive fail,
Yep.
and the people are laughing at them, and they're behind the scenes like, y'all don't get it. Y'all don't understand how the game is played. And
Yep.
then they go and spin the block, and then boom, the AI is better now because they have more bigger points to test from, that they have information from. It all works together. But
Yeah.
anyway,
And Tech Coach Ralph made a really good point that we're going to touch on after this comment. He said, I think AI has turned people into snobs in a way. It absolutely right. This is absolutely true. AI writes better than 99% of people anyways in a short
oh
amount of
man,
time.
yeah,
And I'm going to say, as a person that does prospecting, I don't think there's a single email I sent to a prospect, unless it's like something that we really had a discussion with, a thread, that I do not consider AI. Because
yeah,
there's many different tools, not just ChatGPT, the Gleans of the world, all the different tools that are like, if you don't use it, it's literally a competitive disadvantage.
it
Because
is.
everybody and their mama is using it. And so if you're not leveraging it, then you're gonna look like the odd person out in not the best way. So and it's gonna get like even harder and harder to prospect and things of that nature, because you're right. Like, it writes so well there's times I'm like, okay, it's a little bit long, but could you keep the good parts? Because you got a lot of good parts in here. I'll be telling you that. Like, keep the good parts. Those bullet points, keep that, but just make it a little small, just concise. And I be having conversations with it, like, the feature like in ChatGPT where you could literally just have dictation, speak, and then also the voice one where you could kind of go back and forth. I won't say too much, but people are exploring that and already have the companionship aspect of it, where you can make this AI trained to be a companion or a life coach. That is going to be, I think, a huge industry. And it's gonna, I mean, in some ways, it's gonna isolate people from each other, but in other ways, people are gonna be like, no, I'm good. I went through this with my life coach, X, Y, and Z, and now I have my financial plan set in place. I'm actually dating again, talking to women. I'm, I'm more confident in the job. Like people are, if you don't catch up, this is what's happening, y'all.
Yeah.
So definitely something that we need to talk about. And this is a point I wanted to highlight as well. He said AI today is so much better than AI 6 months ago, and it's so true. It's so true.
Yeah.
Not just an image generation, which we talked about that as well. Like the video quality, everything is kind of getting scary good.
No, bro. But even just real quick, even from that video that you're talking about right now that we talked about a few weeks ago,
Yeah,
Clean 3.0 came out. Next level, bro. Next level.
already.
Yeah.
And that was that was like right before the Super Bowl. People were
Yeah, man.
using what they did. And we talked about also that trailer where it had The Rock and all these
Yeah, that's
other.
what I was talking about.
Oh yeah, that one. Oh, okay, I got
Yeah.
you. Yeah, that's it's crazy. So like how do we get there to like really take advantage of it and really leverage stuff? I mean, leverage like likenesses and stuff like that, because if these actors and actresses could license their likenesses, oh, they'd be sitting pretty. Like it'll be a wrap. Like money wise, they'll be good. Let me go to this real quickly. Tech Coach Rouse says, and you could easily make it learn your writing and speaking style to write it like you would write it, but make it sound good. Like for Glean, it literally, when I put in a prompt, it says, and I like help me work on an email. It literally says researching your writing style. Like that's the first thing it says, and then it gives information and posts from different areas as well. So
Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
I have a one pager with my writing style and like all about me that I can just throw in, no matter if it's a new one or whatever. I throw it in there. Hey, reference this. It's coming out exactly the way I talk. It's coming out exactly how I need it. No M
Yeah,
dashes, by the way. No emojis, by the way. But yeah,
exactly.
like and it's a one pager that I just have saved to my desktop that if it's not already in there, I throw it in, boom, and it's on.
Yeah, Techo Drop said I had my son tell me a prompt for a song and images so he can see the generation in progress. Yeah, so that's the next step is like, okay, getting the young ones, the next generation. I'm pretty sure the next generation is gonna do leaps and circles around us. I mean, the babies already know how to use the phone. They just like "Bloop, bloop, bloop,
They
bloop, bloop, bloop,
they
bleep,
come out the womb,
Miss Rachel.
not about to touch, not about to touch the phone. Get off of it. Get
Yeah.
off.
Listen, they coming quick with it, man. But yeah, let us.
Yeah.
And then OTTO says, don't be surprised if we wake up one day and we see it being reported you are invited to the wedding for Charles and Fiona. GPT is getting crazy in these AI streets. Listen,
Yeah.
it's like anything you could think of now is becoming a reality every day. So
Like,
it's not
hey,
too far fetched.
the next thing you know, you trying to get some information from Chat GPT, and then you see it pop up in the middle of that. Hey, just so you know, I've been talking with Janet over on the other street, and we're dating now. It's like, like, what in the world?
What is going on?
They on the
Man,
same network.
that's
No.
crazy. That's crazy, y'all. If there's anything that you found interesting, like OTTO and Tech Coach Ralph and others have, go ahead and comment below. Let us know, and also don't forget to like and subscribe, and even share if you found this content to be interesting. Tech Coach Ralph says, and if I was Trey, I would say when using references, use Texas references, Dallas in particular, this type of music, these type of movies to make it interactive and captivating.
So the movie references are definitely in there because
Like the
I love
movies.
movie references. I love quotes from movies, right? Just even with instantly when OTTO said something about that movie, I know I'm in there. Like I
Yeah.
can go for days. That's gas money, Ray. Think. So the movie references are in there. Pootie Tang, Wada Ta, Sada Tay. No, but
Ah,
yeah, you gotta like you really if you really want it to be as close to the way that you talk and the way that you think,
gotta get
you gotta put it
information.
in there. You
Yeah.
gotta give it the info. So yeah, it's believe me, Tech Coach Ralph, it's in there.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And it's amazing. It's amazing. You could really train it, and it could be like trade GPT. If you want
Yeah.
it, you have your own GPT that basically this is how trade would be. And obviously we talk about 11 Labs and the voice cloning and all the different stuff that are available that a lot
Speaking
of
of that,
companies are eating up. Yeah.
bro, I be on stuff early and then I forget about it. I
Yeah.
had created 11 Labs like a voice when they first dropped it, and I forgot about it. Well, I didn't realize that
Hmm.
they opened up to now you can start getting paid for your voice, and I don't care, right? I just tell it, hey, here, don't add it in this or whatever. But either way, I didn't realize that till like a few months ago, and so I turned it on just to see what would happen. Man, needless to say, I I could have been making a few thousand off my voice, man. I had no clue.
Mm.
I had no clue. So, anyways, y'all, if y'all are not scared about that kind of stuff, go make sure you head over to 11 Labs and check that out. Um, yeah, I didn't know, but either way, because people are using it overnight, they're using it during the day. Like yeah. Either way, check it out if it's something you're interested in. I just had no clue. I wish I knew a
Wow.
couple years ago when I made it, but
We might have to dive into that. Tekos Ralphie said 2 years ago when I had my clone, it was pretty accurate. I remember that. I can only
yeah,
imagine today.
yeah.
But yeah, no, it is, and I have to go too deep. But like even in my job, we have a member of my team who literally is a voice for. I mean, you could go on our website and you'll be able to hear her voice because of our omni-channel AI agent. She, when I listen to it live, I'm like, oh, this is her. Like, and I couldn't say that to the prospect, but I'm like thinking to myself, like, if they only had a chance to hear her and then hear the AI agent, they'll be like, oh, this is really good. This is really
Yeah.
good. So like, yeah, absolutely.
You better than me. I do it. I'm like, hey, can you give me a little blurb or give me a quick video of you talking, and then show them like, hey, this is where that came from. How
you
does
know
that
what I
sound?
you know what I realized, and I'm gonna go to what you just said, Trey, and also Tickle Drop is saying something kind of similar. Trey is going to be the new Morgan Freeman. I
That's hilarious.
started I started realizing something. There's a lot of commercials I don't see Morgan Freeman on, but I hear his voice.
Yeah.
And I'm
He
like,
he he found out about that voiceover money.
yeah, he's like, 11 Labs, let's partner. Let's do this. Or whoever he uses. Because I'm starting to think, like, is that him on every recording? Or he's
Probably
literally
is,
just
bro.
like leveraging, it might be, but
It's possible. I wouldn't doubt it.
or, yeah, if he's leveraging technology to be like,
I
listen,
wouldn't doubt it.
I'm not gonna be here
It
forever. My voice is
if
getting older.
if you go to 11 Labs, it's some celebrities on there like
Mm,
that have given their voice. Um, yeah.
that's a crazy way to make money. And we got to talk about, I mean, if you're cool with that, I would love to dive into that because I know there's more to that story. So definitely want to hear what you got
I
there.
mean, that's it on that story, bro. I blew the bag. Like
He said, Benny, you didn't leave anything but a swallow. Get my mouth ready for some orange juice.
yeah, man. Yeah. Bro, you gonna make me watch that tonight, bro. I haven't seen
um,
Harlem Nights since last year, some point. So yeah, you gonna make me watch that. You shot my pinky toe.
yeah, I, I'm gonna check it out too. What is Taker Trial says? I'm afraid what my voice might be used for. Oh,
That's the thing.
interesting,
You gotta set those parameters up. But either way,
interesting.
definitely don't do it if you don't feel comfortable. Because yeah, I mean, you don't really know. Like you have no clue.
Yeah,
All you can do
it's
is
just
go
out
off of
there.
their parameters that they set up there. But
Yeah, and
now,
once it's
don't get
out
me
there, it's
wrong.
out there.
Sometimes parameters are good though. You try and throw in a face of somebody in the wrong platform, it ain't letting you do it. I'm not gonna throw the platform out there or whatever, but sometimes you'd be like, look, you just created this for me, man. Like,
The
but
jig
anyway,
is up.
yeah,
I
like
see what you're doing.
I don't
I
know.
see
I'm
what you're
like,
doing, man.
this is not a celebrity. Like you just created this picture for me. Do it. But anyway.
Oh man. Oh man, that's hilarious, y'all. Well, again, thank you guys for rocking with us. We're going to wrap up the show with a couple of different things. I want to definitely give you the brown box special today. But before we do, I definitely also want to go to our segments called the Tech Wire. And let's you know the segment is brought to you by Secure the Badge, your ultimate guide to upcoming tech events. I actually drop a link to free tech events that they're having right now. And I think you appreciate this. So we definitely want to make sure that you guys are able to see this for yourselves. And so, with that being said, I just want to share a little bit about what is down the pipeline here. And we got a few things that we could show to you. Let me bring this down so you can actually see it. But and I'm gonna take that off so you can see it as well. But yeah, in regards to events we have in the month of February, it's pretty much complete right now with Flourish Media Conference coming up and Curators Summit also coming up, respectively, in Miami, Florida, and in Atlanta, Georgia. You see the price range right there, pretty up there. But you also got March, which has tons of events here. Everything from Inclusion and Impact Summit 2026 to BlurCon to you got Inspiring Sellers Summit, South by Southwest. And by the way, you could get free tickets to all of these. Diversitech, or I would say majority of them. I should say all of them, majority of them. NASB is going to be there as well. You know how expensive NASB could be if you go to that. If you're an engineer, you know, 860 for that. Diversitech is coming to Philadelphia later this week, this month. I'll be away that weekend, so I ain't going there. But all things AI, that's happening in Durham, North Carolina. You could check that out, an RSA conference as well. These events are happening, so go ahead and check in and go to for yourself. Go to the website, which again is securethebadge.com. Again, that's securethebadge.com for all the upcoming tech events. You could also join the community where they're offering free event tickets. And it's only a one-time fee to join, but you get free event tickets that basically cover the cost of entry. So definitely check that out for yourself. Now, as we're landing the plane, I'm going to go to our brown box special here. If you're not familiar, our brown box special are about stories of people that either got fired, quit, fired, or got let go from their job. Right? We do this to remind ourselves that there's light at the end of the tunnel. And there's people I know that unfortunately got fired recently, so or let go of, I should say. And this is a part of it. We want to laugh at our pain. And I'm gonna say it. When I say our pain, all of our pain. So because I was there too before, and I remember how it still stings. But this is from credit. This is Reddit, so we give credit to Reddit here. At my previous job, I had an argument with my boss at my second week. Wow. And he called me on a Saturday at 9 p.m. to scold me over a dumb email. He was a disgusting bully, and patience was over. Then I came back to work on Monday at 8:30 and worked until 10:30 a.m. Around that time, he called me to tell me he fired me on Saturday after our argument. First of all, you call on Saturday. We'll talk about that later. But only told me on Monday after I got up in the morning and came to work. Funny part is he took back the same day. Funny thing is he took me back the same day he fired me because his client called and told him to do something, and I was the only one that could do it. He canceled my quit and accepted it because I needed more experience and money. 2 months after, he fired me again for good. Thank God. I mean, I guess this person was wanting to get fired to get benefits, but after that first one, I'd be like, ooh, you want to keep me? I would either negotiate something crazy.
Yesterday's price is not the same price.
Or today's price, or I'll just be out. Like, first of all, you come in this Saturday at 9 p.m. Like,
well,
who
first
does
of
that?
all, I'm trying to figure out who answers.
Yeah.
Listen, man, you better send a text message if it's so that I can see what you're calling about. Otherwise, bro, it depends, but I'll be honest with you. I don't know you.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the name of my job is after the clock is hit. After the clock is hit, I don't know where I work. I don't know my team. Obviously, I'm joking, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I'm not thinking about work unless I have to. So now, if I have to, then I'm in there and I'm on it and I'll do it. But if we haven't talked about a Saturday or something that I know, like, oh, okay, it's something big and it's coming Monday and I need to dig in, I'm not working. I'm looking.
Notifications are off.
I'm with family. I'm with some, like, I don't even know the name of the job. Hey, man, where do you work?
I don't know till Monday morning.
I'm gonna have to think about that. but yeah, so
that's funny.
Yeah, you call me Saturday at 9 p.m. I'm telling you, a text message better come right after, telling me that it's urgent and what it is, and then I might call you back.
About an email? That is nuts. That could wait. But there's a sign. He must have saw the sign. Even though 2 weeks in, like, that's the sign right there. I was thinking about that. If you're in a relationship, right, and you see the signs within the first 2 weeks that this may not work out, it's a good time to, like, say, you know what, this probably won't work out. I don't know about you, but because sometimes you can be like, yeah, I can fix them, or you can fix yourself or whatever. And then you're looking at that situation 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the line, like 2 weeks in, I know this wasn't good.
The lie you told yourself, I can fix them. Wow.
Yeah. See, no Coldplay song. You can't fix nobody. Oh man. But 2 weeks in, that's your sign. That's a sign you should have followed. Like, you know what? I think I'm gonna take a check.
And then you're gonna be saying this. Something told me. Something told me. Like, yeah. Okay. You go with that. I know what told you.
Yeah. And I won't go deeper than that, but I'll just say this. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us on this episode of Talk That Tech. Go ahead and grab those free tech events as you join the community there. Also, if you are not a subscriber yet, go ahead and subscribe. Or let us know in the comment section what you love to hear about, what things you love to see, what things you will not love to see. And we'll try to cater and do the best we can. But in the meantime, between time, you are watching, or you just watched, Talk That Tech, the
#1 tech morning show in the world. We'll see y'all next week, baby.
Yeah.